One, you want to fool people into thinking that you actually have the capital that an organization like Phoenix One had at the time. You're too lazy to get your own logo and branding, and because the best part is the fucking tagline, boys, is rising from the ashes, implying that there was a previous permutation of this roster, a previous embodiment of Phoenix One. So you're directly implying, by using that tagline, reborn from the ashes, you're directly implying that this fucking this org is directly tied to the actual legitimate real Phoenix One with actual fucking adults instead of Fisher Price dickheads trying to fucking put round pegs into the fucking square holes. Like, you guys need to fuck off. We've had some interesting behavior from orgs in the last few months in Valorant. I mean, this happens in every sort of early or young esports scene where people will get, frankly, taken advantage of. Usually these people are dumb or naive or just unlucky. In this situation, an org has risen from the ashes. An org by the name of Phoenix One. And this bloke Menace here, I mean, you know, I'll be honest with you, looking at the guy, looks like he's probably not been scammed too many times before, probably pretty trusting. They've been sort of scammed out of a bunch of money from tournaments that they've played. They don't really know sort of what's going on here. The king talks to this bloke Ryan. So Ryan is representing the owners of Phoenix One, and he's implying that he's the CFO, but he needs to have capital lent to him to pay the players. And here, I love this. This is fucking sick gaslighting. Because of the circumstances and the pressure you put on the organization, you're not going to be getting any extra money, or you're not going to be getting this money. Like, listen, I know business speak. This Ryan motherfucker looks like he barely graduated high school. I mean,
oh yeah,
like, fuck off,
scammers,
dickhead. Like, actually, fuck off. So, like, but this basically boils down to, you guys went public, so we're not paying you, even though you went public about us not paying you, even though we didn't pay you already in advance. I mean, we're just shit cunts, but
sounds like Pulse.
Because you guys did this. Now we don't feel incentivized to give you what you're owed. And despite this, though, I really hope we leave on good terms. And then there's this tweet. To clarify, the August paid all players according to their contracts. Okay, so who's wrong, who's right here? I don't give a fuck.
Wait,
first of all, this team, I mean, you should already be sus about this team. Do you guys recognize this branding?
I didn't until you guys told me before the show, so look at it now.
So before Sentinels was formed, Phoenix One was the name of that organization. It was a League of Legends team that actually, and they also operated the Los Angeles Gladiators on a day-to-day basis as well. They rebranded. Now, I don't know if they had a copyright or they owned this branding or anything like that, but what appears to have happened here is this other Phoenix One team has co-opted the branding. Now, for all I know, they could have paid for the rights to use this branding. I sincerely doubt it. If these cunts don't have enough money to pay their players who are in amateur, my language is popping off today. Excuse me. I forget what country I'm in. I forget what country I'm in sometimes. Sorry. This is not getting monetized at all. The algorithm's going to shit on this video. But if you don't have enough money to pay your players, like, I don't really see how you're going to be obtaining the rights to use that particular branding. So the only reason, there's two reasons that you've done this. One, you want to fool people into thinking that you actually have the capital that an organization like Phoenix One had at the time. You're too lazy to get your own logo and branding, and because the best part is the fucking tagline, boys, is rising from the ashes, implying that there was a previous permutation of this roster, a previous embodiment of Phoenix One. So you're directly implying, by using that tagline, reborn from the ashes, you're directly implying that this fucking this org is directly tied to the actual legitimate real Phoenix One with actual fucking adults instead of Fisher Price dickheads trying to fucking put round pegs into the fucking square holes. Like, you guys need to fuck off immediately. You just get the fuck out of this scene, because this ain't happening. Now, to be fair, sorry to the guys who got scammed. That sucks. You fell for a ruse.
Yeah, but that's the issue right now, is because since the dawn of esports, you've always had like these organizations that pop up and try to like entice you to like, oh yeah, we'll give you a t-shirt, you'll have a free server to practice. I'm probably back in 2003 now. But then you'll have t-shirts, you'll be represented, you'll get a salary and stuff like that too, and then they always disappear. So that's been going on for like the longest time. As much as it is for TOs not paying talent, you have the same thing for players getting scammed. So it's just unfortunate that younger teenagers or younger players, aspiring pros, are falling into this trap. So my question to you guys now is, what is a good way to like make sure that these guys are legit? Is it looking at your peers? Is it talking at with other players? Is it a players association? What do we need?
A union or a legitimate franchise? I don't know.
I guess
how do you fix this?
Well, a union can help.
It's difficult.
Unions don't really help the highest.
I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about, by the way.
I mean, I think that like, you know, these young guys don't have their own lawyers. It's fine. I get it. I retain lawyers' services for all this kind of stuff. Right? I think that everyone who can sort of afford it should do that. I mean, you sort of work it out as a cut of what you're paying. So you do have in theory you can pay for it. It's just use your proportion of what you're going to get paid anyway. But for this, if this is chump change, then you can't hire a lawyer to do it. Yeah, if you get scammed, if you have take it to a fucking small claims or civil court. You can actually do this, providing that, you know, there's not any issues about, you know, being in different countries or anything like that. And the problem is that in some cases legally this might be prohibitive in terms of the costs. It's just could be too expensive to recoup those
versus
funds.
what you'll get. Yep.
That sucks. We as an industry need to continue to self-police these entities like Pulse, you know, and we need to continue. We need to remove these bad actors. And if we find out that, you know, these motherfuckers creep in under another name, we need to again remove them. This is how, you know, communities are able to keep themselves safe. Is self-policing. There is not a governing body in esports. You know,
it has to be said time and time again. Have someone look over your fucking contracts.
Yep.
There are so many big names, and I'm so sorry for cutting you off, but it's like I have friends that they get ripped off on the daily. Have someone look at your contract. When I had no representation, no agency, I would hit up Timo, Ryan Morrison. I would hit up anyone just for like some type of legal advice on what I should do when I look at a contract. CSA even helped me out when I was even with them. Do that. I'm pretty sure these big names are willing to help you, because if you're a team tier 2, tier 3, you're signing contracts to get with these orgs, they're gonna fucking rob you, and you don't fucking need them. So really, watch your ass. We got your back.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, you can only fuck up once around here. You get one shot if you're an org like that. And if you do this kind of
one
shit,
opportunity,
you can. Yeah, it's seize everything you ever wanted. So let's talk about Bear Claw Gaming really quickly. This actually happened in South Korea, which is a place that I find is a little bit harder to pull this shit off here. But Stephen Kim, is the manager of
a horror story.
Bear Claw Gaming. Not bad. Okay, reference go 1 point today. I'm really impressed. So basically, it says our team BCG, Bear Claw Gaming. Now, Planius is the parent company, and they're not paying them. So we're basically saying we haven't been paid since January 2021, which is, you know, right, it's about a month right now. And they're not getting anything. So I don't know if they have accommodation or not. Like if they're on the streets, it's really hard to say. But basically, this is a parent company not providing what they should, and they're basically terminating the contract. There should be clauses in contracts, by the way, that can allow for this kind of termination. It was there with Mambamone Gaming, despite all the nonsense that sort of went on with that. So they just say, okay, we have nothing to do with the company. We don't have a whole lot more information other than that. This is another situation of a company failing to deliver on their part of the deal. And as you know, the contract that kind of voids the contract. Outside of that, to you know, your recourse really depends on the country you're in and how litigation sort of works there. South Korea, I mean, people can get put in jail for match fixing in esports, right? So you know that they actually have infrastructure and sort of legislation in you know, that reaches into the gaming community, and people can be kept accountable for their actions there. So hopefully that is going to be the case, but we don't know too much more about that, and we'll try and keep our eye out for more information as it comes. But
that's what sucks, man. Because even at the higher levels, you could still get fucking screwed, right? Like Veli, I was gonna mention it to you. We mentioned it before going on air. Like Nora Rengo in Japan for Rainbow Six. It's like even if you're almost established and you've made it to like a Rainbow Six Invitational, you're still potentially could get players and managers scammed into it, which fucking sucks to watch, man.
I woke up this morning to an org that was tier 1 that got bumped down to tier 2, took $50,000 from their players and dipped. they said, hey, the org is done, and left with the money.
Peace.